Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon Champions. Today, Pokemon Champions, we're going to do a bit of the event that's going on, and also some normal rank battles. But yeah,
Yeah,
as last
so
week, Daniel is playing.
so the current battle challenge right now is the monthly challenge they have every month. For some reason, they seem entirely adverse to doing it in doubles format though, so it's in single battle format, which as I've previously discussed, all of my teams are all double teams. So that goes really well. We're gonna do well, shoot for 3. It might be 2 depending on how long some of these take.
Alright, have you explained for chat your feelings on single battles?
Yeah, so this will probably be somewhat controversial, I'll admit. But I really hate single battles. And not necessarily because I have any strong feelings about the how the format in of itself, but I find that single battles are very more one note than double battles. A lot of the problem with that comes from the fact that if your Pokemon is tanky enough, revenge killing is very easy in singles. And by that logic, so is snowballing. Since, a Pokemon that has, I don't know, a sword stance is much easier to take out if it just outruns the one Pokemon as opposed to potentially having to worry about two Pokemon on the field. Now, with that said, that's not a means to be all bad, but it definitely has problems. As we'll probably see with the Snorlax, who's just going to sit here, probably yawn at me, and be a general problem. Now, the team I'm using this time is actually going to be the team I'm also using for the double battles today, which is my Rain team. The Rain team consists of a pretty standard first 3 lineup. What? Okay, that's a new one. So I have a pretty standard first 3 lineup of Alright. I'm not really sure what that was about, but okay. But yeah, so my first 3 Pokemon are pretty consistent rain setup. So we got Swampert, Pelipper, and Arcaladon, which are fairly common rain sweepers. My other 3 Pokemon, though, that being Aerodactyl, Mamoswine, and Electros, are all designed to instead take advantage of the fact that I have a fair amount of flying Pokemon and allow me in doubles formats to spam Earthquake with more reckless abandon than one would probably assume.
Without taking out your own Pokemon, right?
Exactly.
Which is not a concern in singles.
Nope. Now,
Brilliant.
I am going to lose Pelipper here because of Innards Out from Victory Bell, which I'm fine with. Well, we'll see if I'm fine with that in about 3 or 10 seconds. Because I assume that he brought Arcaladon, which I do think I get one shot by. I also get outsped by Basculegion if it's Swift Swim. He has brought the Arcaladon, so I assume that he doesn't have Swift Swim on that Basculegion, but I still die in one Flash Cannon. However, I do have a fast as fuck Mamoswine. So this Mamoswine outruns a significant amount of things because it has a Choice Scarf as opposed to a normal one. So if I tank this hit, which I don't, then I would have been able to kill it, but such is the way of life.
And death. Mostly death.
Yes. But a lot of, it's a lot less flexibility on how you tackle fights because it's a lot. Or if you have enough Pokemon to just get rid of the ones that or get in the way of your final Pokemon, then your final Pokemon just kind of steamrolls everything, which is, at least to me, mentally boring. I don't know if that's necessarily the case for all, but that's just how it feels for me in particular.
I think it's kinda in the same direction as why I'm not super big on singles, which is more or less that you've pretty much got the leeway to have about one game plan. There's less of a chance to build a team that has strong contingency options if plan A doesn't work. Which kind of means if your team gets a good if your team gets good momentum going, then it's a little bit too easy to end up just kind of steamrolling through. If your team fails to get its play started, then it's basically screwed.
Yeah. Here's also a good... Well, I don't want to say that's a good example, but it definitely is one of those cases where you can see that there's a disparity, or whatever, between concepts here. That because I led bad, I'm now in a, horrid positionally. So, the immediate intro just means that I am basically snowballing into nothing. Now, realistically, here I probably should have wave crashed, but he probably predicted that I wouldn't want to risk the extra damage and said, yeah, I'm gonna call you out on that shit. Now...
So you got red.
More or less.
I mean...
Now, what I could do is sack something. The problem is that, depending on what I sack here, I'm still losing advantage. A lot of it here. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna drop my Swampert, which will die to the Solar Beam that I assume that this Charizard has if it's transferred in. So Swampert just does not live this, period.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
So Swampert goes down. That's fine. Now, the reason why I didn't switch into anything else is because Pelipper, if I had swapped in, would have set up Drizzle and then immediately gotten it overwritten because
Damn.
the Mega Evolution comes after the switch, which in turn means that Drought would have been set up anyway. So I would have gained nothing.
Right.
But Mamoswine, because it's a weirdly fast variant, most people don't think that Mamoswine will actually be able to outrun their various Pokemon. Of which that various Pokemon, one of them happens to be Charizard, that Mamoswine outruns and then rock slides into oblivion. Now, here's the problem, because I think this Mimikyu is about to use Sword Stance. Oh, never mind, it flinched. Okay, so we can keep spamming Rock Slide to Reckless Abandon, and hope to God that it keeps flinching. But see, Mimikyu is a perfect singles Pokemon because its ability Disguise is completely busted. If it has Disguise, and it's going to, most likely, right?
It's a Mimikyu.
Well, no. So Disguise only breaks if you do a damaging move to it. Until you do that... Oh, did I type from that? No.
Oop, you live.
Yeah, but I need to hit to Okay, cool. All right, so I have game,
Nice.
but so
Goodbye,
if
Mimikyu.
Mimikyu in a singles format just uses Swords Dance, it gets effectively a free +2 attack. Or I was seeing some videos of a tournament that some other people were doing where they were using Curse Mimikyu. Oh, there's my
Avoid
mess.
the attack. Knockoff. And you're down.
So they were using a Curse Mimikyu to set up Curse for free because Mimikyu wouldn't take any damage anyway.
It was guaranteed to survive that turn.
Right.
Exactly.
It's got a disguise.
It started to rain.
Yes, and now this T-Tar no longer has the special defense bonus from Sand, and I can
Weather
Weather Ball
Ball.
into Oblivion.
What the fuck? Those are not all weather. Those are not all water.
Yes, because
It's
it's
just Weather
cycling
Ball.
through all the weathers. There are 4
I saw
weathers.
fire.
Yeah, that's sunny day, or harsh sunlight weather.
Okay, yeah, then that makes sense. I was thinking also fire tornado, like the ones that were in was it Paradise in the Fire a few years ago. Have you seen that shit? It's
Imagine
insane.
those on a sunny day.
I don't think it's very sunny when there's a fire going on. There's usually a lot of smoke, Greg.
I know, but just imagine.
I guess, yeah. But like, oh man, if you have not seen those videos, chat after the stream, or if you're watching the VOD, go look it up. Holy crap, it is ridiculous. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Just don't go looking for them IRL. You don't want to be near them.
Yeah, don't do that. Look it up on YouTube. If you see one IRL, go away from it. Don't record it. Just leave. Like, go somewhere else.
That's a good option here.
Do not risk life for limb. For the clit. Do not do that. Leave. If you are not there when there's one, don't
Are you
travel
done?
there. What? Yeah, I'm done. I'm just telling people not to be
We're never
stupid.
done trying to make sure Chad is safe. Chad,
Yeah,
we
I'm trying to
love
make
you.
sure Chad isn't stupid, but yeah, I see you picked Swampert. Oh, nope, you changed to Mamoswine.
Yeah, so
Maybe
here's
Swampert
the
is
problem, is that, technically speaking, Swampert has bad matchups here. More specifically, that Meowscarada.
This
which- Yes.
What the this
The
just sounds so
Meowscarada is
weird.
a particular problem for my build, specifically, because I don't like running Choice Scarf, nor do I like running overly fast Pokemon. Meowscarada is both of those things. And subsequently is a pain in the ass.
What the, God damn it, this is what the fucking little cat evolves into? God damn it.
Yes.
Why?
Because somebody thought this was a good idea.
1%.
Right, so this is a Focus
Focus
Sash
Sash.
variant,
Yep,
which
there you
is
go.
fairly common. Now, the problem with that is that I then need to have some way of actually
Excuse
doing
me.
something about that,
Archwood
which
on.
I don't right now.
Bring out the bridge.
Yes, now, the reason I'm switching into Arcaladon is because he's going to use Flower Trick again, or they're going to use Flower Trick again, which Arcaladon eats like nothing because it's a
Mostly
Steel Dragon
ineffective.
type.
Critical hit.
Yeah, so that
Stamina.
move always crits, which is fun, but I get a defense bonus every time he hits me. So
Oh,
if he
nice.
tries something else,
Dude, why are you
it's
using
not
lunch?
going to do shit.
Bonk.
Well, I guess it did a little bit, but
Why
could have been
leftovers?
significantly worse.
Question, why are you using Electro Shot?
Because Electro Shot raises my special attack, but it's a 2-charge move, except when you're in rain.
Oh.
So
Well then.
basically,
Not very
Arcaladon's-
effective. Right.
Well, it's 1 HP. Anyway,
I
the
know.
reason why Arcaladon is so noteworthy in doubles formats is because you can just throw this thing out with a rain setter, and it immediately starts spamming electro shots, plus stamina means that you're probably going to be raising your defense and
get-
special attack.
You get to
each
buff
turn.
yourself immediately.
Yes. Like,
That's kind of a broken strat.
yeah,
But it's a little
I
bit more
mean,
complicated in Singles.
Right,
Yeah,
but
now,
still, that's a
here's
pretty
the
good strat,
problem.
Greg.
if I am actually in a bad position against this Glamora specifically. If it Mega Evolves, which it has a 50% chance of doing, it will immediately kill our Caladon at this position.
Oof.
If even a regular hit will probably kill me. Oh,
You
just
live.
about. So I'm going to one-shot it with Flash Cannon right here.
Oh boy.
Because now I know he has no more Focus Sash.
Super effective.
Now, the question becomes, what's his last? I assume it's the Delphox. Because he hasn't brought it out the entire time.
Dragonite.
Dragon. Okay,
What up, my guy?
Alright, so...
Let's hope you live. Get priority.
Depending...
Uh-oh.
No, I don't live because this is Special Attacker Dragonite. The question is, what is it gonna do?
God, it looks goofy
I
as
assume
shit.
he's not gonna Draco Meteor. Oh, yeah. Now, this is the part where it gets kind of interesting. I assume that he has Flame. Because of that, he will probably kill Mamoswine in one hit unless I have Rain.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I probably should have predicted that.
This thing has fucked Remiel's wings on its head. What the fuck?
Look, I'm not the one that signed off on these.
I know, but
designs,
it's so goofy looking, dude. It's so dumb looking with, like, I'm thinking about Remiel, like, cosplaying as one of these, as a fucking Dragonite now.
Alright, so this is
Ooh,
extremely
nice.
effective, but because of multi-scale,
Ah!
wow, it managed to live on 1%.
Flinched.
Luckily, I flinched it, so
Good
it
shit.
doesn't really matter, but
Hopefully it doesn't
that's
take
the
an
power
attack
of
priority.
multi-scale, is that...
It forfeited.
Yes, but multi-scale let it live that hit, so there was a non-zero chance I would have lost that still, even with a move that was times 4 effective.
Nice.
But yeah, like, flow changes very slowly in singles. At least the way I always see it. Like, it's very easy to just get snowballed in that, and I don't really like that. So
You're talking
we're
about the
gonna
rain
go back
team, I
to
see?
doubles. Yes. Like I said, we're gonna do the rain team this time.
Got it. Alright, I'm down for that. Down for a bit of change pace. But that last
So
battle
now
was
you get
pretty
to
good.
see what the rain team does when it is
Oh boy. Double battle.
yes, when it's a double battle. So this time, we're gonna lead off with Electros and Mamoswine again. Because I see a lot of Pokemon that are able to get one-shot by Mamoswine, potentially. And then we're gonna do
Ooh.
Pelipper and Arcaladon to round it out, because I'm worried about that Tyranitar, potentially.
I do like that they don't tell you what 4 they're going to pick. They show you their team, but don't show you the whole
Well,
gimmick.
yeah, of course they're not going to show you the order, because that defeats the purpose of having hidden team sheets if they just show you which one is which.
Yeah, the
How
whole idea
old
here
is-
is you play mind games.
What is
Exactly.
Electros? What the fuck is this thing? It looks like a lamprey.
It's an eel.
The Electros is a Generation 5 Pokemon. In fact, it was...
That's Gen
I
5?
think the first time I ever went onto a competitive scene, I was using an
Oh.
Electros.
Like,
It was not
like
a
do you
very
mean like
good
IRL, or do you mean like in the game, like online?
online, which is the only time I've ever
Is
done
this
a
black and
actual-
white then?
Yes, black and white.
Ah, so
A bit and a
OGBS.
half to try and get to, because that stupid thing doesn't turn into its first phase evolution until like level 37 or something,
Oh, like
and it
Magikarp where it
only
just takes
knows
forever?
4 moves at that time.
So it's Magikarp for Gen 5.
Not quite.
Anyway, I outspeed that Staraptor. Let's see if it actually kills or not.
Yep, you
it's
killed.
dead.
Noise.
Yeah, the funny thing about Mamoswine with the Choice Scarf is that it outruns basically
Thunderbolt.
any Mega that I need
easier
to
to
get
get up
rid
to.
of.
Jesus.
Yep, and now I am bulking up with Electros.
Wow, you destroyed that guy without even touching him.
Okay, and let's see what he has next. Dependingly, this could still be problematic.
Tyranitar.
Okay, T-Tar, that's...
King Gambit.
See, the King Gambit's the one that I have.
Okay, actually, it's a dope-looking Pokemon, but it literally just looks like a, whatchamacallit. It gets strength from the Fallen? What?
Yeah, so King Gambit
What's that
is
mean?
one of the most annoying Pokemon you'll ever face in doubles, or ever, actually,
What gen
because
is that thing
there
from?
it's Generation 9. It has 3
Oh.
annoying qualities. Quality number 1, it has the attack stat that rivals most legendary Pokemon at about 135, I think.
It's a Bisharp?
So,
Double check and
yeah, so that thing hits like a tank, has defensive utility as well. And
Gambit is 135 attack. Yes.
yes.
Yeah, I'm
It has a
looking at it
fairly
on
high
Wikipedia.
HP and defense. Oh, that's
Ooh, that catch
and
rate.
it's just really, really difficult to get her. Okay, no, that's fine.
I really dislike there's a human-like egg group. What the man?
Right.
Yeah, humans.
Number
Humans
2.
don't hatch from eggs. We fertilize internally.
Okay, let's talk about Pokemon.
Point-
Greg.
Point number 2 is that King Gambit has 2 annoying abilities. One of those being Supreme Overlord, which you just saw.
Right.
Every Pokemon that is knocked out on
Bonk.
King Gambit's team gives it 1.1 times power
Oh.
when it just switches in. So if this was a full team of 5 or 6 and all 5 Pokemon were knocked out except King Gambit, it just gets a 1.5 times damage for
Jesus Christ.
Alternatively, it can get Defiant, which basically says, hey, you know how you have Intimidate to lower Pokemon's attack? What if that just gave you +2 attack instead? So it invalidates the ability to try and lower its
zero.
attack by just existing.
And because its attack is high to begin with,
Yes,
instead
that
of
just
losing
makes it
attack,
wrong.
it gains a heck of a lot of attack, and it steamrolls things.
Exactly. And then number 3 is that it also has a fairly strong typing in Dark and Dark Steel, which gives it access to Stab Sucker Punch, which means that those Sucker Punches hit like
Wow.
a goddamn truck.
Yeah, Stab Sucker Punch. That's, fuck. Sucker Punch is already a good move.
Stab
Yes.
Sucker Punch after being intimidated. Picture it.
Yes, that like there is a reason why I vehemently do not run anything with Intimidate first off.
That's just London Simulator, bro.
Yeah, like it gets messy very, very quickly with
It's literally London
That.
Simulator, that fucking combo. That's ridiculous.
mhm. Now, with that said, it's not all bad. It's times 4 weak to fighting moves, so it is decently easy to get rid of, but it's all about playing the mind games of how you get rid of it. That's the problem. But if you are looking for a good Pokemon to use in the future, Cobblemon did just add King Gambit to 1.8, so
Eat.
might be
That's
worth looking into
gonna
trying to
be-
get one of those. Though I am also not entirely sure how you would get it in Cobblemon, because there's apparently a very specific way you have to get a King Gambit specifically, which I'm not familiar with because I've never played Scarlet and Violet. But apparently there's this thing that you can get that allows you to or that allows King Gambit to evolve as a held item, but you need to then have a Bisharp that has that thing, and then get more, and then defeat more Bisharps that also are holding those
Huh.
items in order to get the King Gambit,
Hmm.
which is very
luck.
complicated.
Screw that.
Anyway, so right now we're probably about to see the Mega Evolution from Charizard. Venusaur is going to, if this person has any intelligence to them, Giga Drain my Mamoswine. And then we're probably going to see the Heat Wave from Charizard. Okay, never mind.
Protect. Okay.
I'm not really sure what this person is doing.
Rock Slide. But there's nothing in Charizard. It won't do that much to the Venusaur.
Like, I do kind of see where they're coming from. They want to avoid using
Flamethrower.
Charizard's ability too early because they're worried that I was going to switch in Pelipper and get rid of it. The problem is that because they're slower than me now, Mamoswine could walk all over it to set up Electros, and now
Yeah.
I have my Mamoswine is perfectly fine, which is the thing they need to get rid of the most, and Electros has a 1.5 times special attack, which means that it's going to be running over whatever else grows up.
Nice.
So Superior is here. I outrun Superior, but I don't kill it with Mamoswine. Charizard is gonna Mega Evolve. He's gonna probably... Well, he probably realizes that my Mamoswine is freakishly fast based on how fast it moved. So he's probably gonna be at least a little bit suspicious of what's about to happen here if he's smart. Or
Even
they're
if-
smart.
Even not accounting for intelligence, your Mamoswine is deeply sus.
And Charizard's
Yeah,
down.
so there it goes. So
Superior
the
should go here,
Superior is
too.
probably going to try using Leaf Storm on Mamoswine because that's a free kill. Yeah, that's acceptable. But see, the thing about Superior is that it has Contrary, so doing that allows it to actually increase its special attack. However, because of that,
Flamethrower.
Superior is not strong enough to do anything on its own until it uses at least one Leaf Storm. So
Right.
I can freely get rid of it because he's not going to be attacking Electros with it. And Electros is even stronger now.
Forfeit.
Yep. And that's
That
all
was,
they wrote,
was
because I'm not
really
really sure what their
fucking
last
good.
was, but it wouldn't have helped.
It was probably something that would have died anyway.
Yep,
But
exactly.
good
The
shit.
last Pokemon.
Hey, Soda
The
Shop.
last Pokemon was Electros food.
Oh.
Yes, it was, Greg. What up, Soda Shop? How you doing today? Doing good? Having a good
I mean,
Friday?
the problem with their team was that it was also very unilaterally, what would you say? Or like 3-3 for 2 weathers, and that means that they are conflicting if you have to use all 4 of them. So this one's a Trick Room team. I'm expecting to see the Grimmsnarl first, potentially the Slowbro, maybe the Sinistcha. I'm also expecting probably the Ampharos and... actually, that's a good question, because these two are probably the Megas, Ampharos and Audino, because they're not good enough otherwise to use. Slowbro is probably not a Mega here, and I'm expecting this to just spam Decorate, which will give them more more special attack. So what we're
Nice.
gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing we were doing before.
It's the same team.
What's hilarious
Not
about
to
this
work
particular
out.
comp that I run is that Swampert doesn't get a lot of usage because I don't find, or people, like, here's the thing, if you run things
Hey,
that
this
are
usage.
very predictable, you run into the problem that people know what you're gonna do. If you run things that people don't know how they work, then people get more confused than don't know how to address the problems.
So basically,
Right.
be a Chaos Gremlin.
More or less. Soda Shop, you got to work a
Oh.
double today? Nice.
Indeed. But yeah, so this is
Nice.
probably going to be my hardest fight thus far because just like they
Reflect.
probably don't know what the hell I'm doing, I don't really know what they're doing either. It's like this Audino, I'm kind of confused as to what's going on here. So we'll see how much damage that does. Yeah, that wasn't.
Okay, amount of damage. Not really great though.
Yeah, but the problem is that this problem is going to escalate very quickly because of
Trick Room.
Trick Room, and then they're gonna get a Alcremie soon, which will further exacerbate the problem. So So I
Is
just
that the
need
one
to
that looks
keep-
like the whipped cream I got with my cake that
Yes.
we ordered? Okay.
Yes, it's that one over there.
I see it, yeah. I've seen that one.
one.
Boy, there was a lot of sus fan art when they revealed that Pokemon. Thanks, Internet.
I think I have to go for the Earthquake here because even if I'm not
What
doing
the
a
fuck
lot,
was that?
Parting Shot. So my attacking stats were lowered, and he gets Alcremie out for free.
No, it's Slowbro.
Okay.
Interesting.
well-
pick.
Oh, it's one of those ones.
Is he
Okay,
buffing
so-
itself?
Yeah, it's a buffing Slowbro. Though.
10%. Damn.
Uh,
That should
no,
kill?
this is still fine.
Yeah, that should kill. Yep.
Yeah, the
You'll do
problem
what
is,
you
is that Electros is still weaker though, and I need it to not be.
Grimmsnarl? Okay.
Yeah,
This
this
Grimmsnarl
is...
remind me of a mob you just kill in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it kind of has that look.
It's got that generic
Alright, let's
fantasy shitty look.
see.
Actually, no, I wouldn't even kill it in WoW. It'd be in like Morrowind or some early Bethesda fucking RPG from the OG Xbox days.
All right,
It looks
so
that
now
dumb.
what we're gonna do here is switch out to the rain composition.
Oh boy.
So, because neither of my Pokemon are particularly good into Slowbro right now, and I really do not care to
Started to
continue
rain.
with that, I just need to switch. Light Screen is going to be problematic, but I can escalate... Oh, that's a problem.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
how did
so
getting Amnesia
now,
buff you?
because
What
of Simple, it gained 4 stacks of special
the...
defense
Ooh.
in one move, which is a problem.
This is a creature that just does not want to die.
It's a Slowbro.
No,
It's
no,
too
it
stupid
doesn't.
to die, Greg.
And they also
that
still
logic might
have
be more-
all their current stats still.
We're they gonna
I'm
swap
checking
it
it's
now.
Initiative right now. I should have Hurricaned it actually.
Yep, Sinishta. Little teapot.
Yeah, so now it's healing because Initiative is also stupid.
Iron
That's
defense.
times 3 defense now as well. And then we're gonna probably see the Mega for Slowbro because it's going to be completely immune to critical hits afterwards. Which in turn means that I can't actually break through its defenses unless I'm just actually that built. Yeah, see,
Ooh.
that did nothing.
Ooh. This thing has a lot of fucking defense and light screen.
Yeah, now the good thing about all of this, though, is that Zanisha doesn't take Pelipper in particular very well. Now, I do need to play this somewhat safely, but I need to get as many Electro shots as possible to be able to try and get this Slowbro out of here. Oh, and there's a switch on that. Figured. Okay. So now, depending on what it does, it's gonna try and one-shot me. Oop. Yep. It sucks. Okay, that's fine-ish. Let's see. Ooh, fusion. Even better. Now, let's see.
Use
We're gonna Earthquake here to try and put some more pressure on that Grimmsnarl. Because Grimmsnarl is the one thing that I need removed for Slowbro to start taking more damage. See, so now they're gonna switch out again into Zanisha. That's fine. Earthquake comes out. The Slowbro doesn't take much damage, and neither does Sinistcha, but it's still damage. And Pelipper comes in, Hurricanes, and... Ah, son of a bitch. Okay, well, Sinistcha's confused too, I guess. Okay, I am down for that because I have Focus Sash. He cannot get rid of me that easily. We're gonna do that again, that again.
Oh joy.
Realistically, it's also not necessarily a bad thing for me to try and do Hurricane into Slowbro, but yeah, like this is why I don't like a lot of the new generational Pokemon because they just are overbuilt. Sinistcha, I think, is
Oh my
especially
God.
bad, where the entire point of it is that you just switch it in and out, and it
There we
does
go.
its thing
Put
still.
it down.
Yeah, but it technically doesn't matter too much that I got rid of
Oh.
Grimmsnarl, because that Sinistcha is going to come back in and heal up all the damage that I've just been doing with it.
Frickin' Sinistcha.
Yeah. So he's healed upwards of, I think it's 75% of his Slowbro's HP just by switching this Sinistcha in 3 times.
Joy.
The Sinistcha has not done a move yet, I should also point out.
This is a stupid fight.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens sometimes. Like,
You get bricked.
people do stupid shit. But again, if these are Pokemon that are of interest, they do exist in Cobblemon, or at least some
Yeah,
of them do.
true.
So these are strategies that you can use.
But the question is, do we want to?
Well, I can't help you with
Well,
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I can't really do anything against the Slowbro unless it like paralyzes 3 times over. Oh yeah, did I also forget to mention that Sinistcha has a double hitting move that has a 50 or 30% chance of burning and heals it?
I know
That's
you've told me this.
But yeah, Sinistcha's stupid. I don't really like Sinistcha. And there's not really much I can do here. Oh yeah, I should also point out that that Reflect lasted for so long, a whole 8 turns, because that Grimmsnarl had Light Screen or Light Clay on it. So that's a whole 8 turns where I could just not do as much damage to it. So yay. Well, anyway.
I mean, that was definitely a strat.
Yeah,
But
I
it
mean,
does not look like the sort of strat that I would enjoy.
I mean, there are a lot of interesting strats. Some of them are less conceptually interesting. Like, I try to go for things that I think are funny as well as viable. A lot of people will just go for the viable things because that's how this game kind of works. It incentivizes you to win, not to have fun, which in and of itself is a kind of bad place to be in for a game. You don't want the game to feel problematic, I guess. You know what I mean?
The trouble is that on a conceptual level, games are meant to be fun.
Yes.
And if your game is not fulfilling that criterion, it's going to be a lot harder to court a wide audience. But also, even for the people that you do keep in your player base, you're gonna start getting a lot more grumbles. Like, because there are people who are too competitive to give up, but who suddenly aren't enjoying themselves. So that's gonna make it harder for you to find more players to add to your player base if people are thinking, should I get into this game? What am I hearing about this game? Oh, people are complaining about the balance, or people are complaining about it being too
Oh, yeah.
sweaty, or
So, real quick. So, here's the Charizard strat. You might remember when I was using Charizard, I was using Shiftry alongside of it. So, he's protected. I'm expecting the Sleep Powder on the Venusaur. Sleep Powder has a 75 accuracy for the record. Now, he is already faster than me now, so he can just kind of freely spam Heat Wave or Weather Ball or whatever he wants. And I can't really do anything about it because this strat just involves sleeping. Now, what I can do, though, is I can switch Pelipper in, because I happen to have that in the back line. And this is what the first person that was using the Charizard Venusaur strat was afraid of. Because if I switch Pelipper in, it starts raining. Venusaur then loses its speed, and then I outspeed the Charizard. And watch and be amazed as Venusaur explodes into nothingness. Or Charizard explodes into nothingness, I guess. And now he no longer has any weather congestion. I can freely just run over him. Oh, he missed his sleep powder. That's a rip.
This game is just, it has it out for him today, I think.
I don't really have as much sympathy for players using Sleep Powder Venusaur, because I just find Sleep Powder Venusaur to be boring. Like, for example, I also run a Sun team with a Charizard and a Venusaur, but my Venusaur I use mainly as Mega Venusaur to throw people off, which does actually work significantly well. I really do like the Mega Venusaur strat, because people will look at Charizard and Venusaur on the same team and be like, oh yeah, you're going to use the Charizard and the Venusaur together. So when you stop doing that, people are like, wait, hold on a minute, what do you mean? That's not how this shit works. Oh no, my knees. Yeah, so this Kingambit technically can potentially kill my Swampert. I do not believe that it will, but it has the potential to. So, what's the option? I think we're going to try and Wave Crash it, because it will be boosted by Rain, and it will not have reduced damage from being in a doubles battle, even though it is reduced by the type effectiveness. Okay, it is Focus Sash. That is within expectations. Draco is fine. Okay, and now we Hurricane. Hydreigon takes that, but it's now confused, and now Pelipper is gone. Now, there are a couple of variants of Hydreigon you normally see. One of them is the Choice Scarf variant, which I think is the one that we just saw. The other ones we usually see are a White Herb variant, which allows it to use Draco Meteor twice, or the one that I like using, which is a Life Orb variation, which allows it to use other moves at higher power, but cannot really use Draco Meteor because of the special attack lowering. Okay, that's fine, because I'm just going to spam Rock Slide anyway. Draco Meteor is going to do significantly less damage here, to the point where even an Aerodactyl can live it. And now it's basically useless. I'm just going to keep spamming Rock Slide, and that Hydreigon is going to go down. And if there's one thing that I will say Kingambit is awful at, it's trying to win a doubles 2v1. Because Kingambit only learns single target moves, or primarily only uses single target moves. So in a situation like this, Kingambit can do absolutely nothing, because no matter what, I'm probably going to hit it with something.
Why are you locked in?
Because I got a Choice Scarf.
Oh,
Choice
well, it doesn't
Scarf
matter
boosts
anyway.
my speed by 1.5 times, but I can only select one move.
Well, at least
And
you
that's
ended
like the... Yes, but that's the give and take of choice items too, is that you get a large boost in stats, but you have
Your
to
versatility
know
tanks.
exactly what you're planning on doing with that.
And
Pokemon.
that's why I'd probably not do that, because I suck.
Yes, you want to avoid Choice Scarf unless you have a very good idea of what your Pokemon are capable, and especially when you need to switch out your Pokemon too. I believe you had a Choice Scarf on something when we were doing the
Right.
Cobblemon Pokemon League, and it showed that there was not as much mastery over when to remove your Pokemon from the situation as well, which caused you some issues. Okay, this is interesting because this is another hybrid weather team. I would assume they're not going to try and counter mine, but there is a non-zero chance that they will. So we're going to go with this one again. And then, let's see. We're actually gonna go for the Electros, and I think we're gonna. See, it's the Baskia Legion that's mostly the problem here. If that Baskia Legion gets in on Rain, then my team gets run over. So I need to be very careful about it. If he decides to use the Sun variant side of his team, then I'm good.
Nice.
I also probably should set up Tailwind immediately so that Basket Legion has no way of actually outrunning me. Then the Grimmsnarl can set up screens, which will be problematic, which also, again, if you want Cobblemon insider information, Grimmsnarl is a very annoying double screen setter that you can use.
Brilliant.
Okay, so he was expecting me to go full in on the ring. That's a mistake.
Well,
I
that's
do
his
not
mistake.
like going all in on the ring. So we'll see what he does with this. I'm going to Tailwind and then Earthquake. Because I assume, yeah, Reflect comes out first. It's going to be hard to kill with that, but I can Tailwind on him. He's probably going to use Flash Cannon on Mamoswine, which I am okay with. It's not optimal, but it's certainly not the worst thing that could happen to me. Yeah, that did jack shit. Yep, and there goes that. What do you mean I lived on exactly 1 HP?
I mean, you did.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't supposed to, so now I'm immensely
Well,
confused that this
You
is,
weren't planning on
congrats.
living, now what?
Yeah, so
It's-
that's the fun thing about Pokemon is that sometimes the thing that is theoretically better for you
Is worse.
turns out to be, well, it's not necessarily worse, but it
What the fuck is that in
lends
its
itself
hand?
to lead into itself stranger. Also, if you weren't aware, Grimmsnarl's, all the black parts of Grimmsnarl are its hair. Like from its head.
Ooh.
But yeah, so like in this situation, Mamoswine dying would have been better because then I could switch in Electros for free. Because Mamoswine didn't die, I have to switch it in manually, which means that Electros could take a hit in its non-Mega Evolution. Which is, not great. That's dead.
Nope.
What do you mean it's not dead?
You keep living.
I am immensely confused at the state of affairs right now.
Well, you get to be confused for a while longer.
I assume that he's running the Charizard variant though, given how hard he's trying to get rid of my Pokemon with Rock Slide. Or at least potential Pokemon with Rock Slide, but we'll have to see. I am expecting the parting blow or parting shot from the Grimmsnarl in a hot second onto Electros to make sure that it doesn't break through Arcaladon. Yeah. And then let's see, do we see the Charizard? Yes. What do you mean I didn't kill? Oh, right. Reflect. Forgot about that. Okay, now our Caledon has even more defense. That did nothing. Holy shit. He's still trying over there. But yeah, Arcaladon, like, you can kind of see how Arcaladon's becomes a really annoying Pokemon to kill very, very quickly. Like, it has nearly times 3 defense right now. It will have times 3 defense by the end of this turn. And I'm basically just unable to kill it right now. Though, hilariously, this person using Charizard Y is going to help me kill Arcaladon a little bit faster. So, let's see here. Okay, protect, that's fine. That's expected even. Rock Slide will just up Arcaladon's defense a little bit more. But though, if it flinches, that would be great. It's taken how many Rock Slides now?
You're playing Pokemon. What is probability?
A lie, clearly. Case in point.
Probability is the cake.
Alright. Now, the problem here is that I cannot freely switch into Pelipper here, because if I do, that thing's gonna start just electro-shotting my ass in the next week. So instead, we're gonna go into Mamoswine first. I'm gonna keep willing it down with Flamethrower. If he has any rhyme or reason to him, he's going to try and attack Mamoswine with Arcaladon. So we'll see what he does, or what they do. Ooh, okay. But this Mamoswine is the fastest Mamoswine alive! Okay, there goes their weather. And now Electros continues to do basically nothing. Yeah, there's a problem.
I'm picturing a Mamoswine rolling like Sonic the Hedgehog now. I can't stop.
Well, congratulations. Anyway, let's try and kill this Basilisk. Oh, never mind. Okay, that's probably Choice Scarf Bash to the Legion using Last Respects. Which, speaking of, if I haven't spoken about Last Respects is also a stupid thing that they added in like Generation 9, I think. Or maybe it was the last, or ZA. But, or not ZA, what was that other one? Legends Arceus, that's it. But so Last Respects is a move that has 50 base power, right? Which is not that bad. But every Pokemon that's fainted on your opponent's team adds another 50 base power onto it.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Because the
so
last
immediately
Pokemon-
after losing one Pokemon that has 100 base power, which to put into perspective, Weather Ball currently also has 100 base power because it's in Weather. That's 20 base power, or 10 base power less than Hurricane, which is a move with conditions on how you get there. Put it, or take another Pokemon out of this team, and it has 150 base power, which in turn means that it's stronger than Hyper Beam, or strong as Hyper Beam. Do another Pokemon out, which would be the amount that would be Basculegion being the last Pokemon on the team, and that's Last Respect is suddenly doing as much as Self-Destruct.
Yeah, I don't. I simply don't.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was just. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of people just kind of use those simpler options like King Gambit and Basket Legion to just finish up games. And I mean, I get it, it works. But as a person that vehemently dislikes styles like that, I can't say that I'm happy to be on the receiving end of it.
Like, if you're going to win, at least make it an interesting win so that you and your opponent can both be entertained. It's a game. Come on.
Yeah.
Now, I will say one of the most entertaining losses I think I've ever had in this game is I lost to a person using a belly bolt once, and this is how I found out belly bolt is actually really strong too. But at the time, it was like I think it was a Trick Room team, and I had no idea of what belly bolt could do. So I was just like playing it normally. I think I KO'd a Pokemon, then belly bolt came in, I swacked it once. And I was like, okay, well, it's tanky, but I'll be able to kill it, right? And then it got charge status because of its ability. And then it used a healing all targeting move to wipe out both of my Pokemon on my side.
Well, congratulations, you got belly bolted.
Yeah, like, there are definitely people here that I fight, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can see why I lost that one. I've fought this guy before. I remember somebody having that same weird ass Grimmsnarl thing. Alright, let's see. What do I want to take out first? I want to take out the Grimmsnarl first this time, so that it stops just spamming random shit at me. Let's go for that. Okay, Reflect is up, as expected. The Earthquake comes out, it will do very little. Not bad. Oh, that was a crit on the Grimmsnarl, okay. But that leads me to be able to kill it, and that is a very big turn for me, even if Mamoswine dies. Because now I have a special attack boost, and that means that Arcalodon's not nearly as strong.
1 HP again.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that that's actually just the damage calculation on that Arcalodon, that it's going to live on or survive, or Mamoswine survives on 1 HP from a non-boosted Arcalodon. And mind you, some people actually tech their stats to be exactly that. It's kind of wild how some people tech their stuff in Pokemon, to be honest with you.
I mean, back when you first got me to face you, and in like back in the day, I tried to do that sort of thing. But there were so many darn Pokemon that I couldn't account for enough things, and I eventually just decided it wasn't worth it. So I have mad respect for anybody who goes to the trouble.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why they're electroshotting. I think they just want the boosted stats, but also... Alright, Ooh, that's a problem. Okay, See, I would like to Flamethrower, but Flamethrower will have reduced damage anyway. But also anything else I can... Actually, that's... Alright, so we'll go this and this. This will probably kill Arcalodon. Arcalodon, I think, maybe kills me with a double up onto Electros. or no, a single electro shot. We'll see if he's aware of that. Nope. Okay, there's a funny world where I Giga Drained into that slot and I would have killed it. Well, I guess it didn't matter that much. Okay, Aura Sphere. Eh. Okay. So, is this still winnable? And you might be wondering why the hell I think that. Well, if I Tailwind right now, I can protect into this. Swampert probably won't be trying to hit Pelipper, I would imagine. Though, if they're like me, they might predict that the Pelipper has Focus Sash and try and double up into it, which will be a problem, but I'll deal with that when I get there. Swampert can't kill Archaludon in one hit with Earthquake without risking his own, or without switching out. So let's see. The prediction is that he uses Ice Punch and Electro Shot on the Pelipper. Okay, that's a very big disadvantage turn for him. Because now he's going to use Earthquake. He's going to do jack shit. Oh. Okay, Stomping Tantrum's bad, but not unsalvageable. Okay, let's see. Actually, I guess it is fast at least. Hurricane does a little bit more. I think I'm just gonna have to go for that one. But Stomping Tantrum is gonna hurt.
Bonk.
But
Well,
I
you live.
live. The
I think
Electro
you're good.
Shot's probably coming out. Yeah. Pelipper lives that because it's got Focus Sash, which means that this turn will come up very big for me. Okay, 1 HP, that's fine. Focus Sash. Then we Aura Spear. That's good. Actually, wait, no. Weather Ball would have done more damage. I'm an idiot. God damn it.
Welcome to the club.
Okay, Confusion. Confusion is good. Confusion means that he does not have a guarantee into my options. I think I'm also faster than it, potentially, right now. I am definitely faster than the Pelipper, though. So what I'm gonna try and do is double up into Pelipper specifically. And then we'll see which one actually hits. Because if he attacks into Archaludon, I am fine with that. But I need him to not attack into Pelipper so that I can keep doing more damage. But right now, he needs to lose Pelipper because Pelipper has the highest chance of screwing me over with setting up Tail. So now that's gone. Swampert goes for Archaludon. It kills, that's fine. But Weather Ball is going to be Water type now. It's going to do even more damage. This should do over half.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Rain has stopped. They no longer have Tailwind. That Swampert is miles slower than Mamoswine, and Mamoswine can just Earthquake to wrap it. Oh, they already figured it out. Yep. Alright. And that's game.
That was some amount of 5D chess just there.
Yep.
Yep. That's how it goes, right? But yeah, so Pokemon, very complex. A lot of things to talk about. But yeah. Maybe next time we'll get to Master Ball, we'll see.
I'm really glad that we ended off on that one, though. That was cool.
Yeah. All right, but Matt, what's tomorrow?
Tomorrow, God of War. In the evening, during the day, Fate Star Rail. That is our schedule for tomorrow. Probably start around 1:30, 2 o'clock or so. But, yeah, that'll do it for Pokemon Champions today. I hope you've all learned a lot from Daniel. I know I have, because, man, I'm still going to be shit at Pokemon, but I'm glad I learned a decent amount of strategies.
At least you know which Pokemon are just blatantly stronger than the others.
Yes. I need to build your water team. If I ever play
No,
this
no,
game.
you need to build the Kingambit